at the shadow of the emperor. The marble halls of the imperial palace echoed with an unsettling silence. Commodus, his eyes wild with paranoia, paced through the corridors like a caged lion. The weight of Maximus's continued existence gnawed at him, yet he dared not order his execution. A martyr's death would only fuel the fire, he muttered to his advisor Falco, who stood in the shadows. Have every senator followed, every whisper, every glance. I want to know everything. Echoes of loyalty. In the grimy underbelly of Rome, where gladiators nursed their wounds and dreams died slowly, Maximus received an unexpected visitor. Cicero, his former orderly, brought news that sparked a dangerous hope. The legion still remembered their general, still honored their oaths, still waited. The revelation burned in Maximus's chest like wine, both sweet and bitter. His calloused hands, now more accustomed to gladius than command staff, trembled slightly as he absorbed the implications. Conspiracy in the shadows. Under cover of night, in rooms where even walls seemed to listen, Maximus met with Senator Gracchus and Lucilla. The air was thick with tension and possibility. Gracchus, his aristocratic bearing unchanged by the dangerous times, spoke of the Senate's quiet resistance. Lucilla, her royal composure masking deep fears, outlined their desperate plan. Ostia, she whispered, her voice barely audible above the distant sounds of the city. Your legions wait there. With their strength, we can end this madness. Their faces were illuminated by flickering lamplight as they plotted the restoration of the Republic, each word a pebble that could start an avalanche. The kiss that sealed their fate. Later that night, in a moment stolen from fate, Lucilla came to Maximus alone. The moonlight painted silver streaks in her hair as she detailed his escape route. Years of unspoken feelings, of duty and honor holding back desire, culminated in a single passionate kiss. It was a moment of vulnerability that would cost them dearly. The unraveling. In the innocent games of childhood, truth often surfaces. Young Lucius, playing with his uncle Commodus, spoke of heroes and rescue, of a general who would save Rome. Commodus's face darkened as realization dawned. In his private chambers he confronted Lucilla, his twisted love for his sister turning to violent rage. Sweet sister, he hissed, caressing her face with trembling fingers. Did you think I wouldn't know? Your son's life hangs by a thread of your loyalty. Blood in the barracks. The attack on the Gladiator barracks came with the night's deepest shadows. Proximo, the old lanista who had found something worth dying for, rallied his men. Live, Maximus, he roared as he took up arms. Win the crowd, save Rome. The clash of steel and screams of dying men filled the air as gladiators fought Praetorians, buying time with their blood. Betrayal's bitter taste. At the rendezvous point, where hope was to take wing, tragedy struck instead. Cicero, loyal to the end, died ensuring Maximus knew of the trap. The Praetorians emerged from the darkness like wolves, and Maximus felt the bitter taste of capture once again. The final game. The Colosseum loomed against the Roman sky, a testament to glory and cruelty. Commodus, mad with power and fear, prepared for his greatest performance. In his private chamber, he drove a blade into Maximus's lung, a coward's advantage before their fair combat. The arena sand drank Maximus's blood as he fought through blinding pain. The clash of their blades rang out across the hushed arena. When Commodus lost his sword and called for another, Quintus finally chose honor over duty. Sheath your swords, he commanded the Praetorians. Death's embrace. The hidden knife flashed in Commodus's hand, one final act of treachery. But Maximus, strength flowing from him like the tide, turned the blade. The emperor's eyes widened in disbelief as his own knife slid into his throat. Maximus, swaying on his feet, spoke his final commands: liberty for his fellow gladiators, restoration of the Senate. The crowd hung on every labored word from their dying champion. As life ebbed from his body, the barriers between worlds thinned, the golden wheat of Elysium beckoned. His wife and son, preserved in memory's amber, waited with open arms. Maximus, general of the Felix legions, protector of Rome, stepped into eternity. A warrior's rest. Under the stars, Juba returned to the arena. His rough hands gently buried two small figures in the sand, tokens of a family long lost, but never forgotten. "Now we are free," he whispered to the night. "I will see you again, but not yet, not yet." The wind whispered through the empty arena, carrying with it the echo of greatness, of sacrifice, of a love that transcended death itself. Rome would remember, Rome would honor, Rome would change. Epilogue. They say on quiet nights when the moon hangs full over the Colosseum, you can still hear the crowds roar, still feel the presence of the general who became a slave, the slave who became a gladiator, the gladiator who defied an empire. His story, etched in stone and memory, would inspire generations to come, a testament to the power of one man's unwavering spirit against the darkness of tyranny.